morning, everybody. Welcome to More Trades. Welcome to the pre-market stream. Welcome to the stream. Let me just get the music lower. All right, we have Bitcoin over here. Actually, today I want to do it a bit different. I want to start with Solana because we haven't looked at it in a while. Looking at Solana on the 1 hour time frame. Solana could have completed a move down. That could be counted as a decent 5-wave move down. Maybe you could say you had a 1 completed, you had a 2, but that looks very 3-wave-ish. Let's look at it looking up, going up. Let's take some Fibonacci's, trend-based fib, from the low here to the spike up to the low. Okay, this could have been a 1, 2, and a 3. And then if we pull a fib retracement for the third, we came to the 0.5 fib. That could be a 4, that could be a 5. How do we do it? 1. The wave 5 came to the 0.786 compared to the wave 1. That's fine. You could say this was a 5-wave move complete. Now, after that 5-wave move complete, Solana had a 1 all the way here. You could say we had a 2 and a 3. It's very choppy. It could be in a correction down, but I'll give you the level for Solana to hold, that Solana needs to hold in order for it to be considered bullish. Solana needs to not break below the 18.017 in my opinion. I would prefer if Solana just comes to the 18.562, but it could go deeper. Gives a better chance for late buyers to come in and then continues higher. Now if Solana is going to continue higher in a 5-wave move, and we presume this is a first wave, and the second wave could come down to 18. I said 18. Let me put it as 18 flat. Then the third wave can come anywhere between the $20 and the 23.257 for Solana. That's interesting for Solana because Solana's, in my opinion, it's a slow mover. It barely moves. I mean, it moves less, obviously, less volatile than Bitcoin at many times. And it's delayed, which is an advantage for a trader. Sometimes you could predict what it's going to do because it delays reaction sometimes, as well as Ethereum. Sometimes they delay the reaction. Bitcoin could react first, then they react next. Fixed range volume profile of this upper price action. We are resting at the value area low of our price action, and if we get a bounce, then we would be attracted to the POC at 20.625, close to that level that I had before. It was the previous value area low of this fixed range volume profile. I could get rid of those lines because it wouldn't make sense now because the lines have moved. This zone over here is still a zone of interest between the 22.8 to 23.6. Going to the money flow indicator and RSI. I'll change my chart to line because that's to be able to see divergences better. And let's go to a higher time frame like the daily. On the daily, starting from up here, high, low, high, no bearish div. However, did we have any bullish div? No bullish div. That's on the MFI. On the RSI, same story. On the 4-hour time frame, let's look if we have any bearish hidden or bullish or hidden bullish. Over here we have a lower high on Solana. This is on the 4-hour time frame. But over here we have slightly higher high. That tells me that if we close like this within the next 2 hours, there is a chance Solana could pull down. That's on the MFI. However, the RSI is not overbought, so it's 50-50 on that. On the 1-hour time frame, lower highs. What about the lows? We have lower low and higher low on the 1-hour time frame. That is bullish div. So the 1 hour wants to push us up on the MFI and the RSI. 4 hourly on the MFI showing some potential of a push down, but on the 1 hour time frame short term, we might get a bounce on Solana. Let's check out the news. Anything interesting today on any financial events happening this week? I know Jerome Powell is speaking this week. I believe it's on Thursday. So this week, Tuesday, we have consumer confidence. They're anticipated to be lower, which should be good for the market. So if it comes out lower, the projected is the forecasted is 105.5. Previous is 106.1. If it comes as 105.5 or lower, I assume the markets will take it in a bullish sense. We might have a pump. New home sales, they're projecting less than last reading. That will be bearish for the market. That is the number of people buying new homes, numbers of homes being sold. On Wednesday, US, nothing much, durable goods orders, core durable goods. It's a market mover, but not as these that are marked in red. On Thursday is an interesting day because we're going to have the US unemployment claims. They assume it to be higher, which would be good for the markets. And we'll have the final GDP Q on Q. And we have Fed Chair Powell speaking after the markets closed. And I think it will be not after the market close. I believe this is the final hour of the New York session, so that should be interesting. He will bring volatility to the last hour of the New York session before we close and open to Sydney. So yeah, we have Thursday, Friday, we have revised consumer sentiment, and Thursday would be interesting. Wednesday, not really. Tuesday, okay, we have this consumer confidence. Tuesday is today, so we have consumer confidence today. Now going back to the charts, I said 1 hour for Solana could put us up. 4 hourly on one of the indicators shows us that it could go down. Now, where are they? Yep. Now let's go to BTC and do the same. Bitcoin. We had some sort of higher high, and over here we had a higher high, higher high. We had a bullish divergence that pushed us up. Over here we had a lower low between this low and this low, but over here we kind of had higher lows. See that? We kind of had higher lows over here. Look at that on the RSI. That was on the 1 hour. That was yesterday. Sorry, that was yesterday. On the 4 hour time frame, we don't have any bearish, any bullish. On the daily, over here on the daily we have a high and a higher high, and if you go back here we had a high and a lower high, so that is still hidden bearish dip, which is not good. Over here we have exaggerated kind of hidden bearish dip. So on the daily we're still looking bearish. I'll say on the 1 hourly there's a chance of some bullish movement. And what do I expect? You can see the title, I said Bitcoin is about to. I think there could be a short squeeze today. I think there should be a run-up. Yeah, I think there should be a run-up. I think it's due some kind of a run-up to recover this insufficiency. If we go back to the candle chart, you would see that we have a big red candle. We haven't recovered it fully. That's on the daily. Okay, we recovered most of it, but even on the 4 hourly, we have this area of insufficiency. And if you go to the hourly, you can see clearly we have this area that we haven't tapped yet. I would like to see Bitcoin come up to the 27.1 region. My first point to consider that Bitcoin could be turning if we break 27.4. This was 19 September high. And my second point, if we break this grayscale ETF high, 29 August at 28,160, somewhere around there. So if we can break 27.4, I'll be looking at 28,160. If we can break that, then it seems we might be coming for a bigger short squeeze, or we are reversing. Now pulling up Fibonacci's from this high, let me just adjust that, bring it lower because charts have moved. As you can see, 0.7886. Okay, that's confusing. Disregard this 0.786 over here. Look at the smaller numbers. Our golden pocket over here is at 26.9. 0.5 is at 26.725. And our 0.786 is at 27,157. I would want it to come up here, at least recover this insufficiency to be able to have conviction that we're going to move to the downside. Now this other Fibonacci retracement that I have over here is from this high, the 28,160, to this low over here. That's a bigger retracement. This was a 1, and we came beautifully all the way to the 0.786. If this was the beginning of a wave 5, we had a 1, 2. Now I'll get rid of this, and we have a projection to the downside, if it is going to go to the downside. To the downside, we could see 24.2, or even as low as 22,164 if this is to go to the downside, because it seems like it perfectly respected the 0.786 retracement on the hourly. Look at that, several hours, lasted almost a day from the 19th of 18th September at 3 p.m. 21st of September, we couldn't break it. So it's like 3 days and we couldn't break it, telling me there's a possibility for the downside. Now what is a bullish case for this? The bullish case, it needs not break today or anytime soon. It needs to go and not break below the 25,440. Break, I mean break and sustain break, open and closing below it. 25,440 is our level. We don't want to break if we want to continue to the upside. But I can tell you by just looking at this, it's a very rubbish impulse. If it's an impulse, it looks like a three wave that came to the one-to-one extension in an A, B, and a C. I don't like it, so I would be looking more to the downside. Now, dissecting this move to the downside, we could just be getting started on the move to the downside, and this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and then we say, okay, to the downside, my conviction is if we don't break the 27,158, again, that 27,158, if we don't break it, I would accept Bitcoin to come and do this and then continue lower. I want to go on a long-term wave count that I've had, I haven't looked at in a while. Let's go on the weekly chart. Oh, over here, my Fibonacci channel, sorry. You can see when we broke down this channel, we back tested it twice, 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and we dropped and we never tested again. Now, if we want to get above that channel today, that will need to go above. On the daily for today, you need to get above this level, 27,358. That will be the channel for the day. If I'm going to look for a support, a different channel support, then downside, you have 24,3, I believe. For the downside, you would have this level over here, somewhere around here, 24,000, say 24.2. Again, 24.2 is that level I was talking about, Fibonacci extension. The chart I want to look at is it this chart? Let's go on the weekly. Yeah, it's this chart. I'll get a Fibonacci trend-based Fib time. And I want to show you an old count, just to let you know that we've had this for a while. And in case we go down there, where is that? When you try to find something and you can't. Here you go. Trend-based Fib, off, 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 off. All right. Now, looking at this count, as you can see, I had a wave count all the way from 69K. Looking at the white wave count, we had a 1, 2, a 3, 4, and a 5. Now, if I take a trend-based Fib and say this move down was a 1 and a 2, then my third wave can come to the 1-to-1 extension up to the 1.618, which is negative, so 1-to-1, which is at 13,127. But I'll be modest and say, okay, my third wave hit perfectly the golden pocket and I'm happy. Then this was in the one wave, we had 5 waves. Now, after the third wave, the bounce of the fourth wave. So this was the third wave. It was a shallow fourth wave, maybe 0.236. And we went down for the fifth wave. The fifth wave, what did it meet? 1, 2, this wave down here, the fifth wave maybe is not done. It came all the way to the 0.382, that's very shallow. In my opinion, the fifth wave is not done. Now going into this is the fifth wave, this is the fifth leg. The count has to change, because I'm looking at it, I'm saying 1, 2, 3. The fourth wave maybe didn't finish. Maybe this is the fourth wave over here, the peak at 31K, and the fifth wave is just getting started. So that will say, okay, I have a 1 that goes this long, and to the peak of 4, assuming that's a peak of 4, my fifth wave can come down to the golden pocket at 9676, or even the 0.786 at 3630. So it's possible that we go down to the 9,676. Now, it won't happen at one leg. And if this is a fourth leg, then my third leg was much longer. Now let's see, what would that be? What extension? 1, 2. My third leg exceeded the 0.786, still acceptable, even if it hit the 1-to-1 or 1.618. But I mean, in this case, the third leg is doing all right. And then the fourth leg usually retraces to the 0.5 fib of the third leg. So the length of the third leg from the beginning to the end. My fourth leg, as you can see, almost perfectly hits a 0.5 fib. Look at that. The high of that candle, where is that candle? Where's the peak of that? There we go. 31,862. And if I take my fibs exact, let me just take that to the side and take it to this peak. $31,939, very close, perfect. So I could accept this as a fourth wave or fourth wave. Now, if that's my fourth wave, I can do a different projection using the third wave, going down, coming up. Then I say my fifth wave can go to the golden pocket, 11,619. Very possible, but keep an open mind and just be aware that we could have a move up. Bitcoin could be having a 1-2 with a projection to 35K. Let me just take a fib retracement first to know how deep the wave 2 can go. The wave 2 can go as low as a 0.786. Say wave 2 takes that full range, full length, then Bitcoin can go to the 1-to-1 at 35,589 or the 1.618 at 45K. So 34, 35K is possible. Remember, we have that CME gap at around 34, 35K. Where is that? $34.35K CME gap. Where's the CME chart? The CME chart's right here. What am I doing? Okay. There's our gap. Could take us to 35,275. Now, Ethereum on the other hand, respecting levels, Ethereum, we are below the POC. The POC for Ethereum is at 1635. We have this level of 1666, which is a considerable level. If we can break it, then it's fine. If we can't, that's your next level to watch for a short. If I was to get up there and I wanted to short Ethereum, that would be a level I'll look at. But be very careful. Be very careful because we, where is that? We could do something like this. And why would we do this? And come perfectly all the way up. Not 18K, I would say maybe around the 17K, around this value area high of this of this smaller range. See this smaller range over here, our value area low. Yeah, I would say that projection is possible because simply because we have an insufficiency. Look at that, this candle. This is a lot of people going short. They got squeezed out, some of them who came in late, and we still have a lot. So we could come to 1785 Ethereum within today, tomorrow. Maybe some news, the consumer, what was that? Consumer confidence or consumer sentiment, and home sales, and Fed Chair Powell's speech. I believe Fed Chair Powell is going to pump the market. The pump may not start today, or could start today and take it up to Thursday, where we have a spike up. I mean, we could move up today, something like this. We move up and we hold this range, and you think, okay, that's it, we're done, we're at resistance that more trades told me about. Comes Thursday, Fed Chair Powell speaks, spikes up, recovers this liquidity, only to range a bit. During the end of the New York session, Asia comes and takes you to the downside, waiting for New York to maybe take it back up. That's what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at a move up, basically, for today, tomorrow. I think we may have a move up. I may be wrong. Remember, these are all predictions, projections. Nothing's 100% guaranteed. Quant, let's look at Quant. I'll just give you some levels for Quant. Quant has basically, not this chart, sorry. Quant. Quant doesn't look bullish. It had a three-wave move up. I don't like that. And this move down is also kind of a three-wave-ish. It's all overlappy. It's in a correction, but to remain bullish, Quant needs to not break the $80.3. $80.3 is essential for Quant. I can't say much. I don't like the chart. I'll go to Litecoin. Maybe I have more levels on Litecoin. Haven't done Litecoin in a while. 73.3 remains as resistance, but remember we have an insufficiency, so the move up over here can be as fast as a hot knife in butter. So just be careful. Fixed range volume profile over here. We take it from here to here. POC is at 92. We have the $95 level, and our value area low, we are just bouncing off it. So Litecoin is holding the value area low at around 63.77, somewhere around there, 63.5. If we can hold it, then we could have a run up. Same thing as the rest of the market. Maybe we won't come that high. We could come to 73, 74, and if we can make above it, then we'll go to 85. So 75, 85, 95, 95 are my levels for Litecoin, haven't changed. I have these levels to the upside, 111 and 108. If we can get back up there, that would be great. We are, for Litecoin, we are at our lows of December 2022. So 9 months later, we came back to the same levels. We had 9 months to go up, but we just came back. It's not looking good for the markets, to be honest. I'm not going to be a perma bull or perma bear, but the markets aren't looking good. Now let's look at the bigger, broader market. Nasdaq is went up, rejected the 0.786 over there. You can see the retracement from this peak to this low, and we came down, and we are exceeding the 0.786. So I can't say this is a 1-2 anymore. Yeah, we are below it. My resistance is at 14,792 on this US 100 chart. So 14,793 is a level to watch if you want to enter a short. We do have insufficiencies even on the weekly. This is a big time frame, but we have a double top. Projected move for the double top. If you trade those patterns, then you know the projected move is at 13,486. We might get a support over here at this trend line. If we come down today on this trend line at around 14,450, we could get support for Nasdaq. Yeah, this is on the weekly time frame. On the daily, On the daily, it looks different. We are breaking that support line. I would take it on the daily because I charted this line on the daily time frame as I usually do, and it was support once, support twice. We have the value area low over here for Nasdaq. It would be crazy if Nasdaq breaks down, breaks below this value area high at 1285. It might be a quick one, or bounce around all the way to 12,048. But breaking below the support line that we've held once, January, twice, March, we might still hold it, but it's not looking too good for Nasdaq. We had a breakout of this sort of rising wedge, and we broke back in. Dollar index is looking very strong. Let's go to the S&P 500 mini futures. Same thing, double top, just at the neckline. Neckline is at 4350. You see, yesterday we broke below, wicked above. Today we wicked below. So just be aware we have this gap that could take us all the way to 4,303, and it's a double top double top. That could break you. Could take you another 200 points down. So from 4566 down to 4,350, somewhere there. Could take it down to the 0.5 fib at 41,030, 41,050, 4,130, 4,150. The dollar, on the other hand, is one reason why I'm thinking the markets may have a pump today. This is the dollar today. We have this insufficiency, this insufficiency. I'll take another chart. Let's go back where I can see the vector candles on this chart, so I can have a better insight of what's happening. My next level of resistance for the dollar is 106. I think we hit the 106, very close. So on the daily time frame, you can see we have this red vector candle over here that could be recovered, but we have this vector zone. So the dollar could come all the way down to the 105.4. In my opinion, it can come down to the 103.599, and to just be a regular retrace back to the 50 EMA. So nothing big. And if the dollar starts pulling back and it goes down to the 104 level, our previous support over here, 104.379, I would see Bitcoin rallying above the 27K. Ethereum above maybe 1700. Solana maybe hitting again 21, 22, or even 23. So I'm looking at that. This is a long-term pattern. I have 118 as a level for the dollar, potential level, but it needs to get above the 114, 115 previous high to say that. We have the 111 also, it's a considerable level. We were in some sort of falling channel or wedge, whatever you call it, a triangle or something, and we broke out. And if I just take a measured move of this this path that it was taking, and do it as I do for crypto, and see where's the possibility we could go. We have the width of the channel over here. You take it to the breakout just over here. You could go to the 108, but that won't happen in one candle. It needs to be confusing for the retail trader. We might come down, deviate, come back up. It doesn't have to go in one go and come and recover this insufficiency over here. So yeah, in my opinion, we have upside for Bitcoin. I drew it on the dollar, but we have upside for Bitcoin. Smiley face, arrows going up. We might see a pump to the upside. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana. Yeah, that's about it I have for the markets. Dow Jones, I didn't look at it in a while, but yeah, Dow Jones is Dow Jones. Whatever S&P 500 does. Dow Jones also sometimes deviates from the rest, but most likely it will follow whatever the rest do. I wanted this to be hit. We haven't. If it did, it would be a good point to short. We had a down. This looks like a correction, and we're continuing down. How low could it go? I don't want to be a perma bull or perma bear, as I said, but we could go as low as let's take it. 1 to 1 is at 33442, 1.618 at 32413. But if I take it this way and I say, okay, the Dow Jones may have a pullback. If we have a pullback for the Dow Jones, I don't want to see the Dow Jones breaking the 32,350. Yeah, 32,350 needs to hold on the Dow Jones. On the weekly time frame, do we have any EMA there? No EMAs at that level. We'll be breaking the 50 EMA on the weekly. That would be bad. You could look at this as a huge double top for the Dow Jones. It's not looking good. But it's done that before. Double top. I mean, I'm sure you could find it in the chart where it does huge double tops. And why do I have this smiley face over here? Anyhow, hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, hit the like, subscribe to the channel, join the free Discord. If you're interested in not financial advice, but in what I'm thinking to do with my trades, you could join the free Discord. I post it there. I post sometimes in my videos, all for free. And if you'd like to support the channel, link is in the channel description. More trades, I'm out.